Welcome to today's deep dive. We have a really specific, really beautiful mission today, especially if you are working on your English and looking for phrases that can actually bring a little peace to your daily routine.
Yeah, we're exploring something called the Midnight Gratitude List today. And I want to be clear right away, this isn't just another trendy productivity hack.
Definitely not. It's more of a linguistic and psychological toolkit. But before we get into the tools, I have to ask you directly. Have you ever laid down in bed, just exhausted to your bones, staring at the dark ceiling, hoping to finally get some sleep?
Oh, I know where this is going.
Right. And suddenly your brain just transforms into this incredibly strict accountant. You lie there, and instead of drifting off, you just start tallying up all your unfinished business.
It is the worst feeling. You remember that unanswered email?
Yes. Or, an English vocabulary word you meant to memorize today but completely forgot. You start adding up all the little ways your day just wasn't perfectly productive, and sleep feels like a million miles away.
It's an incredibly universal experience. And honestly, it's exhausting. The moment the physical lights go out in your bedroom, that mental calculator just clicks on.
It really does. And instead of resting, we end up wrapped in this heavy, suffocating blanket of anxiety. So if that sounds painfully familiar to you, you are definitely not alone.
Not at all. Today, we are looking at why our brains do this to us and how learning a few powerful English phrases can actually help us turn off that inner accountant.
So let's start by just completely dismantling the guilt around this. Because, when I'm lying there overthinking, my very first reaction is usually to get mad at myself for overthinking.
Oh, of course. We judge ourselves for being anxious.
Right. But the sources we're looking at reveal something so liberating. This late-night obsession with our flaws, it isn't a personal failing. It's not a sign of weakness.
No, it's actually just raw biology. That's the most crucial realization here. What you're experiencing in the dark is a psychological phenomenon called the negativity bias.
The negativity bias. Let's make sure we highlight that vocabulary term. Negativity bias.
Yeah. It's simply the brain's evolutionary wiring for survival. If you picture our ancestors thousands of years ago wandering the savannah, they didn't survive by deeply remembering a beautiful sunset.
Right, or how soft the grass was.
Exactly. They survived by remembering the sudden rustle in the bushes that might be a predator. They remembered where the poisonous berries were. Their brains were actively rewarded for focusing on danger and imperfection.
Wow. So our modern brains are basically running on an ancient alarm system.
That's exactly it. They're biologically designed to automatically amplify flaws and potential threats while completely ignoring the safe, ordinary routines of our day.
And the problem is that ancient alarm system doesn't know the difference between a hungry tiger and a typo in an email.
It really doesn't. The physiological response is the same. So because of this negativity bias, when your environment gets quiet at night, your brain automatically starts scanning the horizon for danger.
But in the modern world, danger usually means a missed deadline or feeling like you aren't learning a new language fast enough.
Right. And your body literally cannot power down into sleep while your brain believes it's under attack.
Which means we have to find a way to tell the brain the attack is over. And our research is very clear on what does not work here.
Oh, absolutely. The solution is definitely not toxic positivity.
Let's break that term down, toxic positivity, because it's an important one. It's basically when you force a fake smile, right? You try to convince yourself that everything is absolutely perfect when it really isn't.
Exactly. It's toxic because it demands that you deny your actual reality. Telling yourself, everything is awesome.
Yeah.
When you actually had a frustrating day, it just makes your brain argue with you.
Right. Your brain knows you're lying to it.
Yeah. It creates cognitive dissonance, which actually causes more tension. So instead of toxic positivity, our sources suggest our goal at midnight should be a soft landing.
A soft landing. I love that imagery. A soft landing is a gentle, gradual transition. It's allowing ourselves to intentionally switch off that productivity mode and ease into survival and repair mode.
Without lying about how hard the day was.
Right. It kind of feels like, think about a smartphone. It's like we treat our brains like a smartphone with 50 background apps still open.
Oh, yeah. The email app, the worry app, the comparison app.
Exactly. And we just expect the battery to calmly go to sleep the second our head hits the pillow. We're trying to force a crash landing instead of gliding the plane in.
That is a perfect analogy.
Yeah.
We have to actively close those background apps. And for us, language is the primary tool to do that. The words we use internally can actually shift our nervous system.
So let's give you some specific English phrases from our toolkit to practice this. The first phrase is this: I'm closing the ledger of today.
I'm closing the ledger of today.
Now, a ledger in the business world is the physical book where an accountant keeps all the financial records, tallying up debts and credits. So when you whisper to yourself, I'm closing the ledger of today, you're giving that strict accountant in your brain a direct order.
You're saying the counting is over. We are done adding up today's mistakes.
Exactly. It creates a really definitive psychological boundary.
And the second phrase pairs beautifully with that one. It's simply, I just need a soft landing tonight.
I just need a soft landing tonight.
By saying this, you're explicitly giving yourself permission to stop striving. You're acknowledging that the day might have been really rough, but right now, your only job is to land the plane gently. You don't have to fix tomorrow's problems tonight.
Even just saying it out loud slows my breathing down a little bit. But, saying it is one thing. Actually achieving it when your brain is buzzing is another.
It takes a specific shift in perspective. According to the source material, if a soft landing is the goal, we have to radically lower the bar for what we are thankful for.
Radically lower the bar. So shifting away from massive achievements.
Yes, and zooming all the way in on our basic existence. This introduces the concept of survival gratitude.
Survival gratitude. Okay, because usually when people talk about a gratitude list, we think it needs to be filled with, grand things.
Right, getting a promotion, making money, winning the lottery.
Yeah, the big highlight reel moments you'd post online.
But at midnight, when you're exhausted, demanding that you list big achievements just triggers that anxious productivity mindset all over again.
You start thinking, well, I didn't get a promotion today, so I guess I failed.
So true.
Instead, survival gratitude focuses on what the sources beautifully describe as involuntary marvels.
Involuntary marvels. I really want to highlight those words. Involuntary marvels are things that are absolute miracles, but they happen completely without our conscious control or effort.
Just think about the pure biological statistics of your day. Today, your heart beat roughly 100,000 times.
Wow. 100,000 times.
It did that without complaining, without you having to set an alarm to remind it. And your lungs took around 20,000 breaths while you weren't even paying attention.
It's staggering when you put actual numbers to it. We completely take those actions for granted. We just assume our heart will keep doing the work, so we never pause to appreciate its immense value. We take our very existence for granted. We constantly contrast two different mindsets without realizing it. There's the anxious productivity mindset, which says, I feel terrible because half my plans failed today.
It wasn't enough.
Right. But the healing survival gratitude mindset says, I have a roof over my head right now. I have a bed. I have the quiet safety to listen to the stillness of the room. That is massive luck. Your pure existence is enough.
I have to jump in here because hearing that, a part of me recoils just a little bit.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, I can imagine an ambitious listener thinking exactly what I'm thinking right now. Wait, if I just thank my lungs for breathing and I just accept that I didn't finish my to-do list, isn't that just settling?
That you're giving up on your goal.
Exactly. Am I just giving myself an excuse to be lazy?
That is such a natural pushback, especially in our modern culture that constantly praises the hustle. But practicing survival gratitude is not giving up. It is about protecting your energy.
Okay, protecting your energy.
Think of it like a marathon runner arriving at a checkpoint tent late in the race. Sitting down to drink water isn't abandoning the race. It's acknowledging you survived the miles you ran today, so you can actually fight again tomorrow.
Oh, I see. It's recognizing that beating myself up at midnight isn't actually going to finish the project anyway.
Exactly. You cannot perform at your best or learn effectively if your battery is drained by anxiety.
That makes so much sense. So it's realizing that your pure existence is inherently worthy of thanks, completely separate from what you produce.
Precisely. And the phrases we can use to anchor this feeling are beautifully simple. The first is, thank you for getting through today.
Notice how gentle that is. Not, thank you for dominating today. Just, thank you for getting through today, surviving it.
And the second phrase is, I appreciate the quiet safety of this moment. It pulls you out of tomorrow's imaginary worries and drops you right back into the present second.
I appreciate the quiet safety of this moment. Okay, so this brings up a very practical question, moving us into the final section of our deep dive.
What's the practical hurdle?
Well, if we want to practice this survival gratitude when we're in bed, how do we actually do it? Because if I have to turn on my lamp, find my glasses, and physically write in a journal, I mean, the light is going to wake my brain right back up.
You're going to trigger that anxious productivity mode all over again.
Exactly.
And that is the genius of the specific method outlined in our sources. They introduce something called the invisible list.
The invisible list.
It's a mental and sensory mindfulness practice. It requires no paper, no lights, and no screens. You construct it entirely in your head by tuning into your physical senses. It's a 3-step ritual.
Let's break down these 3 steps. Step 1 is thank the immediate comfort. And this relies on the concept of immediacy.
Right. Focusing purely on what is directly touching you in this exact second.
So feeling the gravity pulling you down. Mentally expressing gratitude to the physical objects holding you, like saying, thank you for holding me tonight.
The mechanism here is fascinating. By actively focusing on the physical sensation of the mattress, you're giving your brain a physical sensation to process instead of an anxious thought.
You're literally pulling the anxiety out of the overthinking brain and moving it down into the grounded reality of the body.
You're short-circuiting the anxious loop, which leads naturally to step 2, thank your loyal body.
This is where we bring in those involuntary marvels. The practice suggests placing a hand gently on your chest, feeling the rhythm of your heartbeat.
And you mentally say, thank you, my body, for protecting me all day. You actively forgive your body for any tiredness or clumsiness it had today.
It's an act of deep self-compassion. We're usually so harsh on our bodies, you know. This step flips that. You treat your body like an incredibly loyal friend who just needs a rest.
It changes the relationship from hostile to appreciative. And then we arrive at the final step, step 3. This is the ultimate validation.
The ultimate validation. It's soul-deep self-forgiveness, making peace with your inner self regardless of what happened during the daylight hours.
In this step, you are creating a safe haven within your own mind. You say to yourself, we made it. We survived another day.
We made it. There's something so profoundly comforting about saying, we, like your mind and your body, are a team. To bring this invisible list together, the research offers a final, soothing affirmation.
Let's paint the picture for this. Imagine your bedroom is dark. The world outside is quiet. Maybe there's a faint amber streetlight coming through the window, and you're listening to a slow, lo-fi track. Your hand is on your chest.
You take one slow, deep breath and you think, I close my eyes with a grateful heart. I don't need to do more or be more tonight. Thank you, self, for getting through today. I am safe, I am worthy, and I am at peace.
I don't need to do more or be more tonight.
If there is a single English phrase from this entire deep dive to carry with you, it's that one. You don't need to do more or be more tonight. Let's quickly recap the journey we just took together.
We started by recognizing our brain's strict accountant and the biological negativity bias. It's not a personal failure to worry at night.
Right. And we learned the goal isn't toxic positivity, but a soft landing. We shifted our perspective to survival gratitude and involuntary marvels.
We stopped measuring worth by finished tasks and started recognizing the miracle of our thousands of breaths and heartbeats.
And finally, we learned the 3-step invisible list for a true soft landing, thanking the immediate comfort, thanking our loyal body, and offering ourselves ultimate validation.
These are highly practical tools to reclaim your night from anxiety.
So tonight, when you lie down in the dark and that strict accountant tries to open the ledger of your mistakes, remember that you hold the power to gently close the book. You truly don't need to do more or be more tonight. I highly encourage you to try whispering one of these English phrases as you close your eyes tonight.
Even just a simple, quiet, I just need a soft landing tonight. It sounds small, but it can genuinely change the landscape of your rest.
It really can. And as we leave you to ponder this, I want to leave you with one final thought. We talked about how your body effortlessly orchestrates 100,000 heartbeats and 20,000 breaths in a single day without you even asking. If your body is capable of that level of silent, dedicated magic, what other quiet, invisible miracles might be happening around you right now that you haven't even noticed yet?